Are you a good doctor?
I used to be. I won an award once from the mayor. Had an expensive frame.
They're all gonna die.
The day I get out of prison, my own brother picks me up in a police car.
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinny and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on The Al Travis Show.
Love having on the program, Spinny and Fetty Bus from Hard-Headed Sports. But before we get into all the sports, there's a ton to talk about today. Real quick, Spin, how are the ladies doing up the Olies?
Lady Olies are doing good. Got our win streak up to 13 last
There we go.
So that was a good accomplishment for them. Got 3 big games this week: St. Ben's, Augsburg, and Wisconsin Stevens Point Friday, Saturday. So
how many of those are ranked? Because I got a feeling you guys got to get ranked at some point. You beat ranked opponents, and you're on this unbelievable winning streak. Hard schedule. Does all that weigh in?
Yeah, for sure. No ranked teams this weekend. 2 conference opponents. That'll be a big one. And then Stevens Point has been receiving votes this year, up and down, but is not ranked. So,
all right.
NPI poll just came out yesterday for the first time. For those who don't know, that's kind of like in college football. The college football playoff rankings are actually the ones they use, but they don't come out until mid-October. And we were 30th in NPI.
Wow.
So,
across the nation. That's fantastic. Good for the Olies. Go get them, girls. Bus, you guys are playing some, practice games. Where are you at with the Vikings up there on top of the hill in Mankato?
Yep, still grounding practice, but we do have a scrimmage on Friday, so I'll finally get to play somebody else other than ourselves. And scrimmage again next week, Wednesday. So that's kind of our schedule. And then
we're end of October. You're getting pretty close to starting the season, aren't you?
Yeah, we kick off our season on the 7th, November 7th.
All right, so about 2.5 weeks ago yet. Okay. Wow, guys, let's talk some sports here. Postseason baseball, Major League postseason. Can you say anything about Ohtani other than OMG? Was that the greatest ever performance in a ballgame?
The best performance I've ever seen. I mean, 10 Ks and 3 home runs. What are we talking about? Like, it's honestly mind blowing. You can't even wrap your head around what he's doing because he's playing both sides of the ball, right? It's a two-way sport. So it's kind of like in football, it's like in the AFC Championship game, we'll just use Travis Hunter as an example since he actually does play both sides. He gets 2 interceptions and then also throws 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's what we're talking about here. It's insane.
Spin, I read somewhere that there are 3 guys that have had 10 KOs in a series, about another 3 guys who've had 3 home runs in a series, but no one human being in one game.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the only times in a playoff series I've seen someone win the MVP of that playoff series in one game. He could have, he basically, he did okay the other games, but essentially did nothing. Essentially won the MVP of the series in one game with one of the single best performances we've ever seen, period, any sport, anything. Yeah,
I mean, they likened him to Mickey Mantle, right? You guys are too young for that, but he used to throw as well. This is a lifetime thing for us. We just saw something that you will not see it again in your lifetime. Or Babe Ruth, I guess. I'm sorry, Babe Ruth. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to see it again.
Until he just messes around and does it again.
Well, yeah, but that's the unbelievable nature of this kid. Now, he had that controversy with gambling, and they blamed it on his, his translator. I think the Major League Baseball needs to look away. We need to watch this cat. If it was just going to be L.A. and the Blue Jays, I don't know how much I would watch this series. I want to see him. I want to watch this kid play ball. Spinny, your thoughts?
No, I agree. The baseball's got to lean into it, when they've got him and they've got such a piece that people want to watch, and they have a hard time getting viewers. So it's definitely something baseball's got to lean into, and hopefully we can get some steam from.
What about the thought of the Mariners who, this close? They lose last night to the Blue Jays with a 3-run homer near the end of the game. But the Mariners have never been to the series. I was rooting for them to get their bus just because, let's be honest, Toronto's like a whole nother country. Can't root for them if they're not Americans. So now I'm lost. What are your thoughts on Mariners getting out?
It's obviously extremely heartbreaking for everyone involved with that organization, especially the fans. They've just been, one of the most starving fan bases in all of sports, not just baseball.
Yeah.
The only MLB franchise to not make a World Series. Like, you get that close, you had a lead in the series too, and you blew it, and then you lose Game 7 after leading all game basically. I mean, just heartbreaking is the only way to put it.
How about you, Spin? Your thoughts on that matchup?
We understand you Mariners fans. That's all I gotta say. Our Wolves have never been there either. Our Vikings choke in championship games in the regular. So I think if
The
anyone
Wild have never been
understands,
there.
it's us.
We really didn't need that kind of honesty, Spin.
I know. Also, can we talk about George Springer? Man,
Sure.
still hitting big playoff home runs. I
Yeah.
feel like it was 20 years ago he was hitting big playoff home runs for the Astros, and now man's still in the league in 2025 doing it for the Jays. So congrats, George Springer, even though I was heck rooting for the Mariners in that game.
Well, we'll bust down the rest of the playoffs, the World Series itself on Thursday when we get back together. Big day today for the Minnesota. Well, people who are into basketball. Basketball starts tonight. Now the Timberwolves won't play tomorrow. Bus, your thoughts on the NBA? And I guess what I want to ask you about. I believe the Minnesota Timberwolves did nothing really to make themselves better in the offseason, except the players they have. The young rookies will be not rookies anymore, maybe learn something, and there'll be more cohesion with the team. Is that enough in a league where everybody seemed to make themselves better?
It's a fair question for sure.
Thank you.
I think the Timberwolves are one of the rare teams where they should just keep the roster intact and kind of just run it back after the great run we saw post All-Star break once Julius was back. It seemed to finally gel and click together because obviously we struggled to start the season. And then we made another Western Conference Finals run. So 2 years in a row, you don't really want to break that up, and you kind of just, like you said, cohesion, you keep them all together, and you hope Anthony Edwards takes yet again another step. I mean, we got to remember this guy's only 24 years old. He's going to only continue to get better and better. And like you said, hopefully Terrence Shannon Jr., Rob Dillingham, Jalen Clark, these guys can fill in Nikhil Alexander-Walker's minutes, because that would be our biggest person that we're going to miss is Alexander Walker, because he played big minutes for us in the playoff run last year.
Spinny, rip us a little bit here. The idea that, and you're muted again, the idea that Ant has to keep growing and keep getting better somehow, there's a point where he stops getting better, right? I mean, he's not jumping any higher. He going to make any more. Is there enough extra growth in a kid that's good already that he can make the difference?
I mean, 100%, right? Like, that's all NBA real superstars that we think Ant's going to be, like, make that jump. I mean, look at SGA, 2 years ago, scored basically 28 a game, and then last year was like, holy crap, this guy made a jump. It's like, well, points-wise and stuff and stats-wise, he didn't make that big of a jump, but you can just see in his play, like, that extra level he went to. And I think Ant still has that in him.
And what is it we're looking for? Defense? Is it more defense from him? Is it the ability to command where the ball goes when he's getting double teamed? What is it that we're looking for? The kid's fantastic.
I mean, efficiency for sure. One thing,
Okay.
like just
throw
we
the
saw
ball
that change for SGA as well. I think just making the right decisions with the ball. I think Ant, like as a ball handler, has left some to be desired over the last couple of years. So I think that can be an area of improvement as well. Bus, you got anything else you're looking for?
Yeah, coach, because it's not like he can play any more minutes. This kid plays all the time.
Spinning.
Plays hurt. Oh, you are
Totally with him so far. Playmaking needs to be improvement, especially off of double teams. He needs to play off the ball more and just know that the ball is going to come back to him. Obviously, the Pacers are the perfect example of that. Tyrese Halliburton's always getting off ball because he knows it's going to move around and get back to him. So more of that. And the mid-range. He was pretty bad last year from the mid-range, like 39% from the mid-range. all the superstars are able to figure out a mid-range game at some point in their career, and he said that's basically all he's been working on this summer. So last year, going into last season, he made that 3-point jump. So if he's able to be more efficient from the mid-range, I mean, we might be seeing his first 30 points per game season this year, which would be crazy to say. But 27 last year, I think he could at least get to 29.
And it's fair enough. Make one more bucket an entire game. I don't discount it, but then the rest of the team either has to give him the space to make that work, Spinny, or you know what I'm saying. You can keep your numbers the exact same, but get it to other people who can score, and we'll have a better time. You know what I'm saying. Randall's got to get his.
Agreed.
So I mean there are other ways of growing. I guess it may not get him to 30 points a ball game, but the win percentages go up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
That's
that
fair.
facilitating thing is what Bus is talking about a lot
right.
there, is just like the ability to actually make good decisions and set up your teammates. And on top of that, that's an area where the Wolves are not really going to have as many players that are effective at that. So it's just another team area where growth is going to have room to happen as well.
All right. That's fair enough. We've got to go to break. We got to talk a little bit about your Minnesota Vikings. We do that right after this. So we got the guys, both Spinny and Fetty Bus from Hard-Headed Sports.
Think about it. Now that school's back in session, how are Minnesota students doing? Not very well. Minnesota ACT scores fell again last year and are the lowest they've been in 10 years. In fact, fewer than half of Minnesota students can either read or do math at grade level. Think about it. We used to brag about our schools. Now we're losing to states like Mississippi. Visit AmericanExperiment.org for more information. Think About It is brought to you by Center of the American Experiment, Minnesota's think tank.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
Amongst friends, the Al Travis Show. Nothing but talk.
All right, well, we've got them, Spinny and Fetty Buzz from Hard-Headed Sports. Guys, give me your quick rundown of, I don't know if it's a shock we lost to the Eagles, if you're going to count your wins and losses at the beginning of the season, but how we lost, a 6-point loss. Your thoughts, Buzz?
Yeah, it was honestly very disappointing. We should have won that game for sure. I mean, there's just so many things you can point to, and obviously the We lose by 6 points, and they have a pick six in there. I mean, that's
Yep.
the game right there, just that alone. So,
Well, and, I mean, I'm not Mr. Big blame the refs, but I think there were at least 2 touchdowns that were called back for some flimsy stuff. I kind of think the Hawk touchdown was a touchdown. Okay, but we're still in this. But Spinny, we did give Jalen Hurts his best game of the season, both their wide receivers their best games of the season, and yet we're still in it and lose by 6 points. How is a team that bad and yet stay in there with this, Supreme World Series champs, the Super Bowl champs?
I mean, we did good stuff on the defensive end for a lot of the game. That was the frustrating part is it was 3rd and 9 or 3rd and
20, yeah.
or like we're a team that was doing a lot of what we talk about in our gym, putting your team in advantageous situations to win. And we did that a lot and then didn't execute in those advantageous situations. We put ourselves in situations where we should win the play 75% of the time, and then we lose the play. So it was just a failure to execute in situations where it should have been easier to execute. I mean, that was a lot of what I saw yesterday, on top of incompetent quarterback play for about 3.5 quarters.
What wakes a quarterback up like that? He had a horrible first half. Well, I mean, no one's going to say he didn't. 2 interceptions, 2 passes he should have thrown out of bounds or whatever. Fine. We survive it. You go at the halftime, he was a different quarterback coming out in the second half. 3 quarters, I think, did pretty well throughout the rest of the second half. But what do you do? Bus, let me throw this at you. Wentz did what Wentz did. We didn't have enough to win that ball game. 2 interceptions, all the stuff. But now they were off yesterday. Monday's an off day. They practiced today, fly out on Wednesday, play on Thursday against the Chargers. Do you even think of a JJ with 1 day's rest? Or 1 day's practice?
Only if it's 100%. I'll just continue to say that. I don't think you need to rush him back, per se. So if he's 100%, you can play him this Thursday. I definitely think the plan is to start him when he is 100%. So if that's this week, next week, whenever it is, I think he's getting his job back, needless to say. But a couple of key stats here I want to just point out quick. We had 8 more first downs than the Eagles. We ran 18 more plays than them, had the ball for 9 more minutes, and we lost the game.
Yeah, no, it's tough. Spinny, give me your thoughts on it. I'm sitting here and I get it. It is JJ's job when he gets back. I mean, we put him as the number 1 pick for a reason why we grabbed him. But do you give this kid that short of notice to be ready? You struggle through 1 more game, and then he's got 10 days to get ready for the Lions.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance he doesn't play Thursday, and we give him that mini bye, and we play him against the Lions. But like Bus said, if he's healthy, let's get him out there. I mean, this is a guy who needs reps and who needs, getting opportunities in real life NFL games with the ball in his hands. So if we're going to see what he is, we got to get him out there. But again, I think it's going to be only if he's fully healthy type scenario.
You guys watch enough football. Any of us feel really bad that they let Darnold go?
Yep.
Yeah. The boy's having a stellar year.
I mean, Bus and I could not have been more wrong about that. I mean, honestly, we would be 5-1 or 6-0 right now. I firmly believe that. The 3 games we've lost has been with bad quarterback play, and we've been within 1 score. I mean, other than the Atlanta game, but that game JJ was so bad we couldn't even get started on the offensive end. Yeah. And our offensive line was bad, but Sam Darnold's been playing with a bad offensive line in Seattle the whole year, and it looks totally fine. So it was a bad call.
You on the same boat, Bus? You're willing to choke that one down? Because I said, try to keep the guy. He's proven he can win 14 games. He knows the system. Anyway.
He's definitely shocked me. I knew he's going to be competent and solid in Seattle. I never by any means thought he was going to be terrible. It was more of a money situation for me why I wanted him to go. But he's blowing out expectations. I mean, he might even be like a top 5 MVP candidate as of right now, if we're being honest. Because the Seahawks are really good, and he's got the stats to back it up. So he's killing it over there.
We'll talk the Viking game on Thursday. We'll talk about the start of the World Series as well. Guys, how do I pick up Hard-Headed Sports?
Yeah, we'll have our NBA preview episode dropping tomorrow morning on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
When the stakes are high at the Minnesota